So we're starting a new job. We're taking over for another contractor that the customer got rid of. And whether expansion or contraction or just a bad install, which I'm probably going to go with the bad install, there's like 7 doors in this property that none of them open or close properly. So we are taking them all off and redoing it the right way. One of the issues is when he added a filler strip, the hinges should always be proud of the trim and the filler strip should be on the inside. So the other issue is, as you can see, all the doors are not plumb or level, so they don't open and close properly. So whether you're replacing a door in your house or you just need to fix one, I will show you how to do it from start to finish. All right, as you can see, I rehung the door and I'm doing this side piece now. So the piece on top is the original piece that was there. So I just took my compass along the wall because it's not level, or plumb, I should say. But look at the difference. The bottom is exact and the top is off by at least 3/4 of an inch. And he wonders why the door didn't open and close properly. All right, so as you saw in the time-lapse video, I took the entire frame off, restructured it. I put blocking in on that side as well as the shims, and then shims on this side. So as you can see, if you look at the perimeter of the door, it is perfectly level. This side's a little bit better because, as you can see up there, it kind of dips down, and that's where they originally shaved down. And same with here, but the frame itself is perfectly square and perfectly level and plumb. The other thing that I wanted to share was most homeowners don't have pneumatic nail guns. I think you can buy like a Ryobi battery one for like $100, but I prefer using air. This one is an 18 gauge, this one's a 16 gauge. The 16 has a thicker nail and a larger head, and the 18 is a thinner nail with a smaller head. So with these guns, I use the 18 on the inside, and then I use the 16 with 2-inch nails on the outside because there's more meat. This is very thin on the trim, and the 2-inch goes all the way through the trim, through the drywall, into the jack or king stud that's surrounding the door. I use the 16 gauge to hang the door as well. If you need to do it by hand, you can go to Home Depot and just buy nails. Just get a nail set and pop it in. It does the same thing. And lastly, if you have a couple doors to do, I recommend buying cedar shingles instead of the packs of the shim. The packs of the shims are like $4 or $5, and you get like 6 of them. This, I think, is like $20, and you get a lot of them. But the nice thing about them is they're large and they're wide, so they're a lot easier to maneuver rather than the smaller ones. And also, this is a magnetic level, which is huge. It's very expensive, but you can always use levels. So I recommend it, especially with the magnetic, because I'll show you that in a second. All right, so this is the other side of the door. I just wanted to show you, one hand's holding the phone, the other hand's right here. So that level, that's what's nice about being magnetic. It sticks to the hinges, and as you can see, that is perfectly plumb. All right, well, in this case, obviously, we had to take off what was already existing and put it back on. So this video kind of serves dual purposes. You can watch it and learn how to do it from the start, or how to modify current door that you have. if you do have a door and you take off the molding, I recommend taking a razor blade first and scoring all the caulk around the entire perimeter of the trim. And then once you do that, you can take a little crowbar, pop it off. So then you're left with something like this. Rather than banging them down, I recommend using just a pair of pliers. Use the head as the leverage, and when you pull it through, this is the nail I pulled through right here. You can see there's absolutely nothing on the front. So it protects the face of the wood, and that way doesn't leave any marks, and it's fairly easy to do. So as you can see, perfectly fine in the front. And then all you gotta do is the new nails that you put in, you just gotta touch up with wood putty and paint it. The other thing I recommend is, I don't know if you can see that, but there's some residual caulk left on here. What I do is before I reinstall, the main thing is the miters, so that you can get a nice tight miter. You just kind of scrape it off like that. And then same thing with any caulk that's left on. You kind of just scrape it off, and then that way you get a nice tight fit, and then when you're done installing, you re-caulk it and you're good to go.